Oh, 7 everyone. It might be a bit weird to see my ugly mug back here on YouTube, but we keep getting so much news from Star Citizen that I decided it's time I start making these videos again. And ooh boy, do we continue with a big one. Now, obviously, we had the 323 roadmap roundup a couple of weeks ago, where we got all the information about what's going to come into this new big patch that really feels like the precursor to 4.0, as well as the Squadron 42 patch. Just so many features coming in. It's kind of insane. Well, today they added a bunch more, focusing mostly on Arena Commander. And there's other news too, but we'll start with all of this roadmap roundup stuff. The first one, and the biggest one, and really the reason why I wanted to make this video is this first edition here. Custom lobbies. Now, a lot of you who know me will know that I am a huge fan of esports, and I'm a huge fan of making competitions in any game that's possible. And in Star Citizen, it's been a bit rough. You know, you have to do it in the PU, or if you do it in Arena Commander, there's a chance that you'll get randoms in your lobby. It's a whole mess. And the idea of being able to have custom lobbies, first off, means that you get to just have more fun because you get to create your own rules. But secondly, means that I get to do what I care the most about, which is making competitions. And I'm super excited for that. Now, this is also a feature that's been talked about quite a lot over the course of the past year. Ever since the 319 Arena Commander rework, we thought that this was coming. And I'm a bit optimistic that it will arrive this time. I do know that Duncan, a member of the dev team for Arena Commander and a person that speaks out a lot in the community, has talked about this a little bit. So I'm super excited. There's a bunch more other things here, but this is really hype for me. And I don't know, it's just so cool. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew that custom lobbies is a big deal. Now, there's something else here that a lot of other people will be more excited about. In CitizenCon last year, we got the essentially first look at the engineering system in a bit more of a complete state. That is also coming in Arena Commander. They had said that it will come in an Arena Commander experimental mode before it comes to live. So when it didn't get put in 323 roadmap, makes a bit more sense that it would be in the Arena Commander for that patch. So this one was one of those like not expected but expected. So with us both getting master modes in 323 and having this engineering experimental mode, really excited to see what the future of spaceflight and multi-crew travel is going to be when these patches arrive. I also want to point out that any of the features that I talk about today or that were put onto the 323 roadmap a couple of weeks ago don't necessarily mean they're going to arrive with 323. Probably more likely a 323.1.2. It's going to be spread over a little bit more, but if these Arena Commander ones make it into 323, fantastic. 3 other things really important from today's roadmap roundup is we do have an update on the freight elevators. It looks like summoning vehicles in freight elevators is becoming a bit more of a challenge than may have previously been thought. So they're not going to be making it in 323. They're going to be pushed back a little bit. So a little bit less functionality over the freight elevators. This one, while disappointing, isn't super necessarily surprising. We'll essentially see how that goes. I can't imagine it's going to be too much longer until we get the 323 PTU. And then we have 2 more things being added to Arena Commander. We have Grav Royale, which is essentially, from the sounds of it, going to be essentially Tank Royale, but using Gravlev vehicles. And we have a new flight map, Miner's Lament, which was a racing and master modes location. Now it is going to be for a bunch of different things. So you'll be able to use that for a bunch of things. Very excited to see how that one's going to be to dogfight. It'll be interesting. Now, while that might be it for the roadmap roundup, the other reason I felt like I wanted to make a video today is because there was more information about a bunch of other things. The first one I want to touch on is CitizenCon. Dates and location have been announced. So the 19th and the 20th of October in Manchester will be CitizenCon this year. And I do want to point out that, of course, they say this is going to be the biggest CitizenCon of all. It's going to be a big part of the marketing. I do think this is going to be a absolutely bonkers event because surely we get a Squadron release date. Surely it happens this year. I can't imagine it not. But combine the fact with they now have their headquarters in Manchester, as well as there's so many more members of the community now, and all of the hype from last year's CitizenCon, it's bound to be absolutely huge. Hopefully I'm able to attend. Let me know in the comments below if you're looking at attending. Who's going? Who's going to CitizenCon? 2 more things before we finish. One is that Star Citizen posted this. This is most likely to do with the Idris event that we're essentially going to be getting over the course of 322.1, which is set to release probably tomorrow, probably a day from now, roughly in time-wise. It could be today, but we'll essentially see. Maybe it goes up while I am uploading this. I'm going to very quickly check and see if there's been any patch notes while I'm making this video. They have not. So 322.1 is coming, and with it, there's this Idris event. If you haven't seen already, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube that you can find of people boarding the Idris and attacking the CIG devs that are on side, and it has full interiors and everything. So a pretty exciting event nonetheless. It also resulted in me getting dunked on so unbelievably hard by one of the devs, Elliot. Elliot, I'm impressed. And that's essentially where we're at. 322.1 is so close on the horizon, it's practically today. And there's so much news still continuing to come out of CIG. If you want to talk about it with myself as well as Salty Mike, you guys can make sure to check out our podcast, Answer the Call, which has been doing absolutely fantastically. It's one of the reasons I haven't been posting much YouTube video content, is because I've been working a bit on the podcast. But I just want to say I appreciate you guys for coming back and hanging out with me. Hopefully, I'll have a video again for you guys in a couple of days. Star Citizen's been really wild this year. I'll see you guys soon.
That sand thing's gonna be some sort of puzzle.
There we go. Yeah. Did the skins glitch out for you guys just then?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh god!
Oh, what? Did that just drop on someone?
The dropship just landed right on me.
Wait, I've got delay, I can see it. God, holy shit.
It fucking beelined it for me.